Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Hey man, good morning everybody. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy, and today's gonna be a struggle day. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If y'all never watched this show before, I apologize for what's about to ensue. It's gonna be a struggle day. I'm already late for the show, and I know it. Nobody has to remind me that I'm late. I'm aware of my lateness, and it's my fault, but it ain't my fault. Boom, 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 boom. It ain't my fault. It is, but it's not. I spent most of the morning. I could have been on time. But I was victim to one of the cruelest jokes of all time. Y'all make sure y'all get on the show and share the show today. Make sure y'all share the show. We're here in the morning. Y'all are here. Make sure you share the show. Just push the share button. It ain't that hard. Push the share button. I was victim to a cruel joke, and I think that kids are cruel, but nature is crueler. This morning I was on time. I was pushing the button to be on time. I was right here for it. Couldn't find my glasses. Could not find my glasses to save my life. Couldn't find my glasses. I was doing everything to find my glasses. And the hard part about not being able to find your glasses is that I'm in here the whole time. Like if I just had my glasses, I could find my glasses. But I don't have my glasses to find my glasses. The fact that I need my glasses to find my glasses is what put me in the position that I'm in. I needed my glasses so that I could find my glasses, but I couldn't find my glasses. So now here I am, just here blind to the world. I'm on the show, and I'm sure stuff is happening. I just don't know what it is. I'm sure y'all are making comments. I can't see them. If y'all see me lean in, I'm not praying. I'm not doing ab work. I'm just trying to read. If y'all see me on a solid lean in this morning, man, y'all just know it ain't got nothing to do with y'all. It's not physical fitness. I'm not concealing nothing. I'm not doing lines of cocaine. If you see me go all the way in, I'm not doing lines of cocaine. Today might be the day where y'all get to see what I got going on at the top of my head better than ever. Because vision is bad for me. This vision is bad. I got old man vision. But we'll get into it. I'm gonna talk about old man vision. I'm gonna talk about people that have vision problems. I'm gonna be a little visually cruel. But welcome to See You in the Morning, man. My horrible idea to get up in the morning and get too much of my personal business. As y'all can see already, I just came right on in with my personal business off the top. That's what I came in with. If this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you've watched this show before and you found it not robbery to come back and watch the show again, I really appreciate you because you could have been anywhere in the world and I wouldn't have been able to see it. You could have been anywhere in the world. I wouldn't have known because I can't see. But you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. This show is just me all over the place. It's just me hyper ventilating on a microphone, but it's a good time. So let's get into it a little bit, if you don't mind. The only thing that stays permanent here on this show, the only thing that we do every single time is I speak to the people that speak to me. I speak to those who speak to me. So let me go ahead on and do that right now. Big shout outs to the 3 people who get the mythical medals. And I can't see, so y'all know who y'all are. No, I'm going to try to figure it out. I'm going to try to struggle through this thing and find out anyway. Those who win the mythical medals, those are the first 3 people to speak to me. Winning the bronze today, I think, is Melissa Kuther like Luther. Good morning. Winning silver is the pride of North Carolina, Courtney Weston and Murphy. And winning the gold this morning, holding it down for the Brahams, the Braves, my man Snoop Carroll Boykins Jr. That's how you got to sing it. Snoop Carroll Boykins Jr. You got to go deep on the junior. Big shout outs to him. So gold goes to Snoop, the silver goes to Courtney, and the bronze goes to Melissa. And winning the not quite a medal, didn't quite make it, the aluminum fourth, goes to my girl Tony Fogle. Good morning, Tony. Also here today, let's see, is Ida. Good morning. Bishop Calvin J. Hill, man, really been praying for Bishop Hill, man. If y'all, I don't want to tell her all this business. I'm not that type of person that is, if I know something, I gotta make everybody else know something. But just know he was in a situation that requires prayer. And it ain't like he got gout or nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with his internal organs. Well, not that I know of. Ain't like he came down with a bad case of clap, nothing like that. But I do know that he's got something that's really near and dear to him. So if y'all could just send up a few words for Bishop Hill, man, I'd appreciate that. Roberta Carter's in the building. Crystal Sex Appeal. Delisa's in the building. Patricia Pippin. Lynette, good morning. Anytime, any place. Michelle McKinney's here. JD, don't call me Martin Luther the King. Special happy birthday shout out. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday. It's your birthday to my boy JP, the pride of Michigan. Detroit's own, Michigan's own, Michigan to the heart, my man JP in the building. This is his birthday, 64 today, man. So y'all shout out the Interstate. He's in the building, 64 years old. Still don't look a day over 63. 64, live and kicking, still doing his thing. So shout out to him. My man Jay Wells in the building. Lisa's in the building. Marche, Bree just coming off of her birthday. So I don't know. Now people putting in here. Good morning, Joyce is in the building. My man Dane, man, how's your son doing? Man, I like to shout out people and their kids. How's your son doing? Son's a college athlete out there playing, I think, defensive back in college, man. So shout outs to Dame, and I think his son's name is Dame. It's always easier that way. Good morning, Kim Staris. Good morning. She's new here. Well, welcome. She says, I'm new here. You know what? And welcome to being new here, Staris. There's nothing wrong with it. The star at night is big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. So yeah, don't worry about it. You good here. This is a welcoming place. It's safe here. It's safe. Good morning, Sasha. Dennis is in the building. Courtney is in the building as well. We got a lot of people in the building this morning, man. And I appreciate it. So all y'all that are in the building, make sure y'all share the show. You know, it's about the growth of the show, man. That's what we try to do. We try to grow the show. And don't forget, you could always be a supporter of the show. $1 a month is all I. It don't matter when you give it. You got still what's this? This March. This March, and so we got about 3 days left in March, and you ain't made your March payment. I'm not gonna cancel you. I mean, you can still be here. You can watch all you like, but just $1 do. The $1 do it. $1 a month is all I'm asking. If you can support with $1, some people do $1 a week. Shout outs to everybody that gave on yesterday. I was thinking about doing like church and kind of putting your name up if you already sponsored, but then I ain't want to put everybody's personal business out there, so it's kind of confusing. But feel free to sponsor the show. It'll go to good places. I promise you. Good morning, James, Tina. Like my man Denzel's in the building. So I'm gonna get into that because it's a talk about it Tuesday. But happy birthday to all the birthday people. Charnel, the Suffolk sweetheart. She's always in something somewhere else, but she's Suffolk sweetheart. She wakes up in the morning and rubs down in peanut oil. That's how Suffolk she is. She loves Suffolk and all things Suffolk. So this morning, man, I'm in here struggling to see. I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get the crust out of my eyes. I was down there. I was looking everywhere for my glasses. Now, I don't know if my glasses quit overnight and got up and left, because they shouldn't be but arm's length. I have one of them, nightstands? I have a nightstand. So usually when I take my glasses off, I slide them on the nightstand. Now, I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes I take my glasses off in the bed and I leave them in the bed. They'll be in the bed. They'll just be on your side of the bed. They'll be on the other side of the bed. I went over all of those protocols. I looked on the other side of the bed. I looked on my nightstand. So I don't know if I was the victim of a very specific robber last night. If the spectacle bandit hit once again, he came in and he only had one thing on his mind. And that was stealing my glasses. The Better Vision bandit came in last night and stole them. I don't know where they are. I just have no idea. I don't know if I was sleepwalking. Now I got to go look in the stove and the refrigerator. I have no idea. But if I was sleepwalking, I don't need to see good in my sleep. I don't know how that works. Is there a need for you to be able to see well in your sleep? I don't know. I won't drink last night. I ain't had anything to drink. I did have some water. I had more water than I've been drinking. I don't know if I was water intoxicated. I don't know if that's what it is. I'm getting ready to go and look down again. Y'all got me going behind the bed and behind the nightstand. Now I got to go look behind the bed and behind the nightstand. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm a king. I got a king bed and it's heavy. I got a king bed and it's got the adjustable stuff. So it ain't just like I could just slide the mattress. I miss those days. I miss the days of just being able to slide your mattress off and you can do whatever you want to. That king mattress, it way too much. I ain't messing with that. And then that adjustable bed thing at the bottom, that's heavy too. Ever since they put that bed together in my room for me. When I bought that bed, they put that bed together and it ain't moved since. It ain't moved since. I ain't even gonna lie to you. If I was to pee in that bed, that mattress would just be a pee mattress because I can't flip it. Imagine the mattress too big, king size mattress too big, and I need that space. I don't know what I need it for, but I need it. First of all, before y'all start judging, a bed is not a bed. I need my bed for more stuff. Now, if I was participating and doing the do, if I was getting it in, I would be using my bed for that. That would be what I use my bed for. But as a single man, no action. My bed has also become an office. It's become the cleaners. It's become the storage space for clothes. Ain't no use in taking clothes from the dryer straight into folding and putting them away. You got to relocate them like 4 or 5 times. Your clothes should get lost in shipping after you wash them. You wash them, you dry them, and then that's when the magic happens. What happens next? Your clothes should stay in a constant state of not knowing what's going to happen. Your clothes should be as confused about what their next steps as possible. That's what keeps them fresh. My clothes never know where they're going after they get dried. Are we gonna stay in the dryer for 2-3 days? If you the last load of laundry, you never know when you coming out of my dryer. If it's a load after you got an opportunity to come out quickly. But if you the last load, you never know when you coming out of there. Then once you come out, am I gonna place you in the living room somewhere? What if somebody comes over? No. Do I keep you in the basket for a year and a half? Do I just slide you on the bed? Your side of the bed. I put them on the bed, and they become a whole nother person. If you put your clothes on the bed the right way, they can become your spouse or your other for the night. A lot of people out there getting body pillows, man. Just get you a load of towels. You roll on that load of towels, man, especially if you just take them straight out the dryer, put them in the bed. That warmth you feel is just like body heat. You fall in love over and over again every time. Look, I love you, laundry. The way that you smell. If we were not made to sleep with our clothes, then why is fabric softener called Snuggle? If we aren't supposed to sleep with our clothes, why is the fabric softener called Snuggle? I didn't even know this was Holy Week, Terry. How are you? This Holy Week, I'm praying that Duke loses. Snuggle is clearly in there. Snuggle. So get you some laundry and snuggle with it. Snuggle with it. Now, do people still use? Now, let me ask y'all this. We get into see. This is how this show goes. It goes anywhere. Are we still using fabric softener sheets? There's so many things that you can put in the wash now. I don't think my grandmama would be okay with it. You can put those little cocaine rocks in there. You can put fabric softener in during the wash. Are we still using dryer sheets? And if you're still using dryer sheets, how many do you use per load? I just don't think one is enough. I don't think one dryer sheet is enough. I'm putting in 7 to 10. 7 to 10 dryer sheets every load. If you still use a dryer sheet, 7 to 10 every load. JD don't call me Martin Luther King says she ain't even using dryer sheets no more. Dryer sheets are a thing of the past. He says 2. Courtney says I use them for static, but I use like 5. 5. She's got 5 on it. Carlita says 3 to 4. Fernita says at least 3. That proves we had trust issues. Tony, I want to know where you at. Tony Fogel, I want to know if this is a cultural thing. I want to know if it's just barbecue people who don't trust dryer sheets. Tony, I want to know if my Mayo people are using dryer sheets, and if they are, they just throwing one in there. Terry Butler says 4 is always the best number to use. Now, I don't know if that's because of your math. I mean, not math, because of your music background, and 4 is a rhythmic number, or if that's your line number. The Downy ball. I don't know what the Downy ball is. I don't think I want any balls rotating around in my dryer. Balls just in there jiggling. The noise has got to be ridiculous. I don't even know what a Downy ball is, Tony. You put me on to something. Now I know you can put the little pieces. You can go in there and put the little pieces of crystal meth in there, and those are supposed to make your stuff smell good. Me, I'm still using Tide Pods. Here's what we got. Oh, it goes in the wash machine. Okay. So we've already found out nobody trusts their dry sheets. What's your clothes washing regimen? What do you do when you wash clothes? Does anybody now here's the true question. I don't even know if they still make this stuff or not, or if anybody still uses it. Does anybody still use powder detergent? Am I aging myself by talking about powder detergent? Does anybody still use powder detergent? Detergent used to come in 2 things, liquid or powder. Then they added the pods. But does anybody still use powder detergent? I don't know. Are we still scooping? Are we still 2 scoops like raisins? Fernita says no. So now here's my question. If we not using powder anymore, if we done got off of the clothes cocaine. Lisa said haven't used it in ages. Courtney says I'm in Washington. I'm using pods, scent beads, and dry with dryer sheets. Everybody. Jay, I'm not fighting you at the age of 64. Jay, just calm down. I'm not fighting you at the age of 64. You know what? That's right. Newer machines can't handle powder, so I guess they did take the power off. I guess everybody got those energy efficient ones. So now, does that mean are you pods or liquid? I can't do liquid, and I'm gonna tell you why. If you give me liquid, I don't care how many loads it's supposed to have. I'm only gonna get 3. You give me liquid detergent, I'm pouring until my arms fall off. If I pour alcohol the way that I pour laundry detergent, insta drunk. I can't use liquid right. I'm just pouring. I don't care how many cups they tell you to put in. I'm gonna be like, that's not enough. Looks like you need some more. Are you a suds person? Because I think the newer machines don't really do suds, and I think that throws a lot of us off. So I'm gonna just keep pouring liquid until I see some suds. I need to see suds. At least as I use pods and liquid. Your stuff is super clean. JD says all detergent, free and clear, a mix of fabric softener and vinegar. My wash has a liquid tank and will adjust depending on the load. So yours is fancy. Okay. But why the vinegar though? I ain't never heard of the vinegar. I definitely use my liquid detergent like I'm seasoning. Stop when I feels right. Yeah, ain't no use. What y'all give me the cup for? We ain't measuring. We just gonna pour. But I ain't never heard of the vinegar, JD. Lou, you gonna have to explain the vinegar portion. Like we just using like a cap full of vinegar. Like, what does the vinegar do? And I know that's always a hard word for people of Caucasian persuasion to say. You got to make sure you say that real fast. Because if somebody walks in on just the last part, like if you in the if you just talking and you just talking to one of your friends and you just like vinegar, and then somebody only comes in on the last two syllables, it's terrible. Vinegar, no bleach. Y'all help me with the vinegar. I never heard of vinegar. Vinegar softens clothes and helps. This is all women. That's an all woman conversation. I don't even know if I got any vinegar in the house, but I would never have thought to use vinegar. Vinegar softens clothes and helps the washer not smell funny. I had no idea. Y'all putting that much vinegar in there, so now your clothes come out tasting like barbecue. I knew vinegar tenderized that meat. I didn't know it would tenderize your shirts too. Vinegar tenderizes your meat and your sheets. I'm gonna just tell you now, if y'all watch, I'm going to bed and your sheets smell like vinegar, I'm in that jank hungry all night. I don't know why I won't pull pork. I'm in there dreaming about barbecue sandwiches because y'all wash y'all clothes in vinegar. Also, it's got to be white vinegar, Sharon. Wow. Very nice. Now, I knew vinegar to clean the windows. I knew using vinegar to clean the windows. Joyce said, who uses ammonia? You trying to kill everybody. I don't know what they put. Ammonia is a chemical weapon. I don't care what y'all say. Ammonia is a chemical weapon. There's no need to be using ammonia no more. Not with the number of off-brand cleaners we got. You got Fabuloso, which is delicious. What's that stuff they sell in the Dollar Tree? It's like yellow. Looks like urine, but it cleans everything. You got all kinds of stuff that you can use to clean. Why is you out here using ammonia? Man, listen, ammonia is nothing but chloroform that they sell in stores. There used to be a warning bottle on it. Don't mix ammonia with anything because you finna die. Oh, I hope they don't sell ammonia anymore. I hope we've learned our lesson about ammonia. Ammonia was a terrible chemical. It was slowly killing me softly with ammonia. All right, so let me ask you this. This is what I'm gonna find out a lot about a lot of my listeners right now. Are we still out here marinating our tubs with Comet, with Ajax? Are you still laying that layer? That's how my mama used to make me clean the tub. She would sneak in there, but I won't look, and I wouldn't want to clean the tub. But she was like, "I got him. We'll go ahead and throw this Ajax in here. Leave this Comet in here. He ain't gonna have no choice but to wash the tub out." Oh yeah, your urine color stuff is called awesome. It sure is. You got like a good piece of steak. Y'all still soaking. Y'all still pre-soaking that tub. Y'all letting that tub marinate overnight in Ajax. What does that do? What does y'all explain to me what that does? What does pre-soaking? Ain't even on the instructions. Ajax ain't even got that on the instructions. Pre-soak your tub in Ajax. Marinate your tub in this Ajax and let it work. They got liquid Comet now. No, I don't even understand. Comet ain't supposed to be in the liquid form. Comet's supposed to come in that powder. I guess we got away from powder everything. But that Ajax, well, that's a memory. That's a memory. Ain't nothing worse than you running late. It used to happen to me all the time. I'd be running late for school. And I call myself, get ready to go jump in the shower real quick. My mom was like, that's not it. So now I got to decide if I'm going to stand in this Ajax or not. And I ain't even gonna lie, I've taken some Ajax showers before. My lazy has hit that level. I just stood there in the Ajax. Feet burn a little bit, but it's good. It'll clean off all the dead skin. Stand at Ajax and you just go ahead and shower. Shower anyway. Now, Courtney brought up a great question about wash machines, because these new wash machines now, wash machines have hit a whole new level. Like wash machine technology from the washboards that we used to have to now is different. Now, that's a great question. I actually say, do you have an agitator or not? I believe you got to have one in there. If you ain't got that agitator in the middle, I just feel like your clothes ain't getting clean. And I know the laundromat one don't have one, but at the house, we should have an agitator in there. You should have an agitator. These new wash machines, they got a new wash machine. I don't know if y'all seen this new wash machine. This wash machine is a washer and a dryer all in one. Like you put the clothes in, push the time, it washes and it dries them all at the same time. Now, while that might sound great, that's a single people wash machine. My man Billy Bennett, what's up, man? Billy Bennett. That's a single person's wash machine. Ain't no way you got that washer that washes and dries in a home with no kids or no spouse. That's a single people washing machine. That means it's just you. Because anybody that got kids that know, or you got to do multiple loads of laundry, you ain't got time to wait for one load of laundry to wash and dry. No, sir. You supposed to wash that first load. That first load is the predecessor. That's John the Baptist. You got to let that John the Baptist load go in. You put that John the Baptist, no matter of fact, that first load is Elijah. You put that Elijah load in, take that Elijah load out, put that Elijah load into the dryer, then you put that John the Baptist in the washer. Now, both of them is doing their thing at the same time, John the Baptist and Elijah, preparing you for what's to come. Then you get that Jesus load. That third load is the Jesus load. The third load is the Jesus load. And we just keep the rotation going. Then after you do your Jesus load, then you do your comforters. It's biblical. Jesus comes, then your comforter. So your first load is your Elijah load, then your John the Baptist, then your Jesus load, then you do your comforters. Now, Billy, you talking about grab some Woodlight. I don't even know if anybody's still using Woodlight. They ain't here putting vinegar in their clothes. I know they ain't using no Woodlight. Woodlight is an old lady thing. An old lady will tell you to go grab her some Woodlight. Y'all go grab, I gotta go grab me some Woodlight. That is old lady to the extreme. You be washing clothes every day if you got to use that washer dryer combo. You'll never stop washing clothes. So that means it's got to be what, 60 minutes on the wash, because these new energy efficient, water efficient washers. When I first got my new wash machine, I was like, my clothes ain't wet enough. They ain't coming out wet enough. I need my towels ain't heavy when they come out the dry washer. And I didn't like that. I felt like I needed to wash them again. If my clothes don't come out of the washer heavy, I feel like I ain't talking about super heavy because that means that your spin cycle ain't working. But when I first got this washing machine, man, my clothes was coming out almost dry. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, this is wrong. This is wrong. Carlita said my mom still use Woolite. Yeah, Woolite and white diamonds go together. Ain't nobody still just buying Woolite. I did not like how dry my clothes was coming out the wash. I didn't like it. I was like, there's no way. It's just some stuff you feel like I need them clothes. I don't need them dripping when they come out of there, but I need to know they wet. I need to know they wet. This is what Talk About It Tuesdays. This is why I say to Talk About It Tuesdays is ridiculous. We done spend 30 minutes talking about laundry. Talking about laundry. I'm just happy to have a washer and dryer. I grew up without a washer and a dryer. Well, let me stop lying. I grew up without a dryer. I remember when we first got a washer. I don't even think we were supposed to have that wash machine in the house. I think we just plugged it in, and it was in the kitchen. The wash machine was in the kitchen, and there won't no pipe. You know, your washer now has a pipe, so when the water drains out, it drains into its own pipe. Our wash machine ain't had no pipe. We had to run that washing machine into the sink. You don't know life until you seen your wash machine water. It used to be when I was a kid. I used to be excited. That spin cycle started. And I knew that water was getting ready to spit into the sink. I'd run in there. I just wanted to see. Oh, I want to see it. Look upon its face. That used to be great, man. And you used to understand why your jeans ain't stay the same color. Wash your jeans one good time. Wash your jeans one good time, and you'll see it. You'll see it. I'm about to go ahead and get into the last couple of topics from my show. And one of these topics, well, both of these topics are pretty sad, but the first one is sad in a different way than the second one is sad. I don't subscribe to a lot of people's biblical end of the world talks. A lot of people in the world every day. Apparently now the latest information is people believe the world's gonna end on April 8th because of the solar eclipse. And there was some stuff that they conspiracy theory people sitting around, they find a time to figure out when the world is ending. And now they've decided April the 8th. So anytime anybody is confident about when the world is going to end, I know the world's not going to end that day. If you really believe in the Bible, if you really trust biblical tenets, they say no man knows the time or place, no man knows the date. So they've chosen April the 8th, then I know it's not going to be April the 8th. I'm excited about this eclipse. I don't know how to behave. I don't know if you're supposed to look at it, not look at it. Norfolk Public Schools is letting their kids out of school early, which tells me that these kids are just punks nowadays. These kids are getting out of school early for an eclipse. That's ridiculous. I think when I was in school, they had an eclipse. They just took us outside. It was like, risk your eyes, go blind. If you go blind, you ain't got to do your homework this evening. Everybody always ends the world. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end. But I really think we're living in the end times. When I saw this article, and I've seen it a few places, and I wanted to refuse to believe it, but I think it's really true. Chick-fil-A is changing their chicken. Chick-fil-A has announced it's changing the chicken it serves at its restaurants this spring. The plan is to switch up the requirements for the kind of chicken purchased from the current no antibiotics ever to no antibiotics important to human medicine. NAE means no antibiotics of any kind were used in raising this animal. No antibiotics important to human medicine restricts the use of those antibiotics that are important to human medicine and commonly used to treat people, and allows the use of animal antibiotics only if the animal and those around it were to become sick. Chick-fil-A has lost faith. Chick-fil-A didn't used to use antibiotics. They just prayed for the chicken. And so now Chick-fil-A doesn't even believe in prayer anymore. Chick-fil-A is not relying on medicine. It's the end of the world as we know it. Next they're gonna go to shoestring fries. Chick-fil-A has decided we're not using the same chickens no more. I'm sure they're guaranteeing you that you're gonna have the same taste, the same quality, but it's a different chicken. When Chick-fil-A decided to change its chicken, was the day the earth stood still. It was a day, forget I never will. It was the day the earth stood still. Chick-fil-A changed its chicken. If we knew anything, if we knew Jesus was real, we knew it because of Chick-fil-A chicken. Jesus is real. I know the Lord is real to me. And we knew it because of Chick-fil-A's chicken. Yes, it is. But now I don't even know what to believe anymore. I don't know what to believe. Now all we've got over there is the Sunjoy and waffle fries. Waffle fries, the waffle fry is God's gift, except for the turtlebacks. The turtleback ones, I don't know anybody who enjoys the turtlebacks. But just the regular waffles, God's gift. Chick-fil-A's waffle fries, to me, are A1. They are A1 tier fries. Chick-fil-A's waffle fries and McDonald's fries, when hot, are A1 tier. Riley's used to have A1 tier fries, but they just decided to let it go. They just let it seem like another fry TKO. Riley's French fries used to be the only reason to go to Riley's. I can't say that I enjoyed Riley's burgers, but I tell you, I used to love Riley's fries. Riley's fries, man, used to be so crisp, delicious. Now they impotent. You got to sprinkle a little Viagra on your Riley's fries now to keep them up and hard. Nobody likes the turtleback fries. No, nobody. Lisa says she gives me her turtleback fries. I look at my fries and I ask them, "Are you a turtle?" And if they are, I throw them out. Turtleback fries, butt piece of bread. They go together. I don't even know why. And there's somebody out there that loves them. I'm telling you, there's somebody out there like, "Oh my God, the turtlebacks are the best." Same people that like black licorice. Oh my God, black licorice is great. It is disgusting. Give me all the black jelly beans. Ugh. Black jelly beans, turtlebacks. And Terry, I agree that cooking at home is healthier. Cooking at home is what you want. Is healthier. It's not always more economical. LeBaron, you are absolutely right. Arby's curly fries do not get the love they deserve. Thank you, LeBaron, for bringing that up. Listen, Arby's fries have been working in the background, being solid for years. Decades of solid performance from the Arby's curly fry. The Arby's curly fry has not let us down at any time. They are also a A1 tier fry. Burger King fries is the reason for their demise. Burger King has the nastiest French fry of all fast food restaurants. JD, they still had a curly fry. The curly fry is a staple of what they do over there. They're delicious. A1 tier. Burger King, horrible. Horrible. Listen, Burger King's fries are so bad that I don't even enjoy the Whopper anymore. I used to enjoy the Whopper. The Whopper the Whopper, if we're gonna talk about just the burgers, the Whoppers was a tier one fast food burger. Wendy's used to the square burger at Wendy's used to be immaculate. Fresh, never frozen, immaculate. When they introduced, I'm gonna tell you right now, when Wendy's introduced the double stack, I just thought that life couldn't get any better burger wise. The Wendy's double stack was amazing to me. It was just that it held me down in ways that no woman has ever held me. Like the Wendy's double stack was amazing. But the Whopper fresh out the broiler was classic. But the fries are so bad that I can't even get a combo. I try to substitute the onion rings, but it's not the same. You got to be in a mood for onion rings. It changes everything when you got to get onion rings. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. The onion ring is just different. It's not even worth it. Because of how bad Burger King's fries are, I don't even go for the rest of the meal. The Whopper used to be amazing. In my youth, when that Whopper hit 99 cents, when they had the 99-cent Whopper, could do. You get a 5, man, we'll go down. I remember growing up, and I think that growing up in the hood is a little different than growing up anywhere else. But we would go, man. We would be able to walk down. It was a Burger King within walking distance of my home. You get you $1.10. It's Whopper time. Black guys, y'all want to go get some Whoppers. It would just be a good time. We go get those Whoppers, man. It'd be something different. It'd be special, you know. Now, man, the Whopper ain't even worth it no more. When I was a kid, we played a game called Snatching No Snatches. No woman has ever come, never held me down like that Wendy's double stack. We used to play a game called Snatching No Snatches. It was a food-based game. It was probably one of the worst games we ever played as a kid, but it was food-based, and you had to keep your head on a swivel. You had to. I think it started in school, and so I didn't go to school with the kids in my neighborhood. My mom didn't want me just loitering at home after school, so I didn't go to school with the kids in my neighborhood. I went to school. I lived downtown, but went to school uptown. I used my grandmama's address. I literally would go to my grandma's house to go to school. So that was part of the dichotomy of who I became as a person, or why A, I knew almost everybody in the city, but B, why I learned coping skills early. There was a lot of things that I learned. When I look back, a lot of the trauma of my childhood is why I am who I am as an adult. And I think that happens for a lot of people. I lived downtown, but I had to go to school uptown. So I had to learn quickly how to adjust to different groups of people. It wasn't as though the people uptown were so much different than the people downtown. I learned that people were people. But here's what happens. If you really think about it, if you really would sit back and reminisce and think, when you go to school, what do you think? What do you talk about? You talk about the things that happen in the neighborhood, man. Did you see Jenny and James got in a fight? Did you see such and such is doing this, man? Remember old man Mr. Johnson was doing this, and the third. So when you was in school, you talked about what happened in the neighborhood. Then when you get home in the neighborhood, now everybody has come together. You talk about what happened in school. You talk about what happened in school. Those were the common bonds. Because I lived downtown and went to school uptown, my downtown home experiences were not the same experiences that the people uptown had. So when they were talking about what happened in the neighborhood, I don't live in that neighborhood. So I had to quickly learn how to adjust, control some of the narratives or conversations, and even just be a chameleon and blend in with what they had going on. Then when I would go home, same thing. I would go home. They talk about what happened in school. Man, did you see Junebug fight Jane J in school? I can't get into that because I didn't see it. I literally didn't see it. But I learned early how to acquiesce to what they were doing and make it seem like I was right there. That's why to this day, it's people who feel like I went to school with them that I never went to school with. I get people come up to me all the time. Man, remember we was in lunch? I didn't go to school with you. I didn't go to school with you. I never did. So I had to learn. I had to learn how to get that. Second part about my life is my mama believed in putting me on punishment. I spent years on punishment. I was on punishment so much. My mama kept a calendar of how long I was on punishment. She literally had one of them calendars. You get it from church every year. That's why I hated the church. That was the original church hurt for me. My mom would get a calendar every year from the church, and she'd be able to keep the days that I was on punishment. That's how long I'd be on punishment. Months. So when everybody was watching the Cosby Show, I didn't get to see it. And I didn't get to see it. But I would have to be able to piece together from the conversations that people had. I'd hear you talk about it, or I would hear people in the neighborhood talk about this is what happened on the Cosby Show. Then I go back to school next day, be like, man, y'all see the Cosby Show last night? Cuz it was crazy, right? Theo, right? Am I lying? Vanessa, right? I ain't seen none of it. Gordon Gartrell, right? I ain't see the episode. I didn't see the episode at all. It's crazy times. But we played a game growing up, hanging in the neighborhood. I think it started in the school called Snatches, No Snatches. And I know it started for them in school. So when you get your school lunch, you can walk by with your tray. Somebody see your tray. If you don't call no snatches when you get your tray, somebody could see you coming with your tray, snatch food off your tray. Rules of the hood, you just had to deal with it. They didn't play that in Uptown school. I went to school Uptown. They didn't play that up there. I went to a school that had a salad bar until there was a food fight. Then they took the salad bar out. They didn't play Snatches, No Snatches up there. Downtown, they played Snatches, No Snatches. And we would let Snatches, No Snatches carry over into real life. So we would walk up to the Burger King. If you didn't order your food, let me get a Whopper with cheese, no mayo, no snatches. Once that food hit the tray, you were available for snatches. The poverty snatches, no snatches. But that's just what it was. We didn't realize it was because we was probably hungry. But it would be nothing worse, man, than ordering you a Whopper or get you some hot fries and somebody just walk through. Snatches, no snatches. Because if they don't say no snatches, they can just snatches. Snatches is okay, right? But if somebody snatches your food, if they don't say no snatches, you was able to snatch back. There was rules to it. It was just like calling shotgun. This is like calling shotgun. Z, you talk about having a TV in your room. So I did end up at one point in my life with a TV in my room, black and white TV. And here's what I used to do. It was so much involved for me to sneak watch TV at night. I used to watch TV at night. I would sneak in my room, watch TV at night. It's not bright enough to know that the TV emits light. So the TV would be emitting light, and my mom would just look under the crack in the door and see the whole room blue. So she knew I was watching TV. I didn't know how she knew. She come turn that TV off. How you know I'm watching TV? I got the volume down low. I'm leaning into the TV to hear. So then I learned that, right? So this is when it got crazy. So I learned how to beat that system. I would put a sheet at the door. I put a sheet at the door so that she couldn't see the light being emitted from the TV. So now I'm feeling like I'm good. She would peek in the door. Turn that TV off. I'm caught because I didn't hear her coming. So now my next move was this is literally how far I would go. I would lay on the floor by the door, put a sheet in front of the door, lay myself by the door so that when my mama would open the door, it would hit me first. It hit me, which would make me cut the TV off before she could get in. That was, I had to go through all those steps just to watch TV late at night in black and white on a little teeny TV. It's crazy. Let me get you the word of the day so we can get on up out of here. I know we started late, and I know what some of y'all are gonna say. Just because you started late don't mean we gonna get all show, whatever. The word of the day is kismet. Kismet refers to a power that is believed to control whatever happens in the future. It is synonymous with both fate and destiny. Destiny. From the moment we met, we felt connected. We knew it was kismet. Oh, look at that. From the moment, ain't that a beautiful love? From the moment we met, we felt connected. We knew it was kismet. I don't even think that kind of love happens anymore. I think that most love, you end up in love and you didn't know you was going to be in love. Like you meet a person in today's society, man. First of all, you probably met her online. She probably ghosted you the first time you tried to holler at her. Then you meet her later on somewhere. Y'all kick it one good time. And then y'all start talking and then you fall in love. That's more of a today's love story. This kismet doesn't exist anymore. The first time I looked into her eyes, I knew we were slated to be together forever. Balderdash. Kismet. Kismet. When you say kismet, you know it's real. I don't think that happens anymore. Now this show news, weather, and sports. Now today, unfortunately, let me get the weather first. Weather it's been chilly again. We've been cold. It's been chilly. Hopefully we can get some reprieve in that. We like want to go get to 50 today. Looks like we ain't gonna make it another but 50. So it's cold out there. I told y'all don't put away your clothes yet. Don't put away your clothes yet. Sports, the women's Sweet 16 is wound up. A lot of people upset last night that watched the Iowa girls play. Caitlin Clark is a polarizing figure in sports. People feel like that they cheated. Women's sports still dropping the ball. So women's sports still dropping the ball. As exciting as women's sports is, as this year is an up year for women's basketball. Women's basketball still is not the draw that men's basketball is. They still are unable to have the first round games in neutral sites. That's where it should be. You should be having these games in neutral sites. If you want to be creative, if you're worried about people coming to the games, have them at the same site as the men's games. But you got to have them in neutral sites. Right now, the women's game does not draw enough people that they can have those games in neutral sites and sell them out. Guys tournament, you can have them anywhere. People ain't traveling all over the country. Just go see LSU girls. As great as South Carolina is, you're not gonna be able to put that game. You can't put that game in Wichita and have everybody come see it. That's just the reality of what a women's game is right now. Even though it's gaining on popularity, it is still nowhere near the monster that the men's game is. It's just not. It's not. I'm not saying it as an indictment against the women. I'm not saying that the women's game isn't great. I'm not saying any of those things. But the reality is financially it's not back that way. So they still play the first couple of rounds of games at the higher seed court, which creates a great environment, an unfair environment because you're not necessarily playing a true tournament because I'm going to your court. I'm going to your court to play. I got to come over that obstacle. I'm already the lower seed. That's why a lot of times you see the upsets. We had a neutral court. We ain't got to worry about the fan involvement. We can bring our fans, but it doesn't work. So the Iowa game last night was in Iowa. People I've seen a lot of complaints about the number of foul shots both teams shot. I think Iowa shot like 37 and the other team shot 5. It was a grand disparity. But it shows me people who watched the game and who didn't watch the game. If you watched the game, Iowa was the more aggressive team. Iowa drove to the basket more. The other team shot more 3-point shots than they shot 2-point shots. And unfortunately, when you shoot jump shots, when you shoot from behind the arc, you're not getting fouled. You're just not getting fouled. You're not going to the line. It's very rare that you see somebody getting fouled on a 3-point shot. So if you take yourself and put yourself in that position, I remember one time I was playing in the lead guy. I was like, y'all just drive to the basket. We'll call fouls. But if you out there shooting jump shots, man, anybody fouling a jump shooter. That's cardinal rule. So everybody wanted to say that the game was rigged, that it was an unfair advantage. The officiating was bad. It was home cooking. I don't think it was that. I think it was two styles of play. But Iowa moved on. But that was that. So that was sports. That was my thing about sports today. I didn't want to get too deep into sports because people start cutting off. People start getting out of there when I start talking sports. The women be out. The men tune in. The women be like, we out. They start going to put on their makeup or something. I don't know what happened. But I ain't saying that the women ain't balling, and I hate Duke. Now, unfortunately, man, again, we wake up to horrible news. So we had news, and we do news, weather, and sports now on the show. And remember the show to make sure you're sharing the show. Make sure you're letting everybody know that the show is on. Make sure you're sharing the show. Make sure you're letting people know. And if you want to financially support the show, $1 a month is all we ask. Have you made your March payment? Have you made your March payment? You can go right to the Cletus Comedy, CLETUS Comedy is the Cash App. $1 a month. That's all I'm asking for. $1 per month. Unfortunately, we woke up this morning to horrible news with the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore completely collapsed. Completely collapsed. A ship, I don't know who was driving. The ship was from Thailand. Ship hit one of the support beams in the bridge, and I've never seen anything like it. I've seen the video. If you haven't seen the video, you can go look up bridge collapse. If you haven't seen the video, it is some of the most mesmerizing video I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen an actual structure like real life. It came apart like it was made of Lego. Like that bridge just fell apart like it was made out of Legos. It hit that one support beam. It took that support beam out, and the entire bridge fell as it was made of Lego. There were people driving across the bridge. It happened about 1:30 in the morning. So condolences to the families of everybody that was involved as they were driving across. Like, you just don't think I'm driving across the bridge. I'm going to work. I'm going home, whatever. Bridge collapses underneath you. There's nothing you can do. What can you do at this point? You just in your car driving. Bridge collapses underneath you. You're done. Lives wiped out. As simply as that. It just again, for me, I was just in that area. I think I may have driven back that way. I'm pretty sure I did because I was coming from New York. So I'm pretty sure I drove across that bridge Saturday night going into Sunday morning. And that would have normally been the time, like a lot of times if I'm traveling late at night, that's the time that I'm on the road, 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, just driving back. And, you know, you always want to be safe about cars around you. You always want to make sure that you're staying awake. Who thinks that the bridge is going to be gone underneath me? Andre said that shit was just here last week. The ship was just here last week. The ship comes and just Brand, I don't know if he lost control. I don't know if he didn't know where he was going. I watched the video. It didn't even look like the boat should have been right there anyway. That didn't even look like that's where the boat should be. And I get it. I understand. Ain't no hard stops on a boat. Ain't no brakes. And I've never captained a boat like that before. I've been behind the wheel of a tiny boat, little boat, but I've never been not no cruising, no carrier, nothing that big. They ain't got no air brakes. It ain't like you can just slam on the brakes real quick and it's just gonna stop and whoa. I imagine they got kind of engines. They could put the engines in reverse or whatever, but I sure think that ain't gonna stop it immediately. It ain't gonna slow down immediately. I think once you get something that big going, it ain't finna stop. But I can't imagine what would happen with all the technology that we have now, all the advanced technology that he didn't know, or I'm at the wrong part of the bridge. Some people think that their steering might have gone out. It had to have been something. But if their steering went out, that's what's also confusing. Like, why didn't you make it should have been an SOS or something? Like, there's so many questions that I have. How do we get here? Because I'm pretty sure they didn't just realize that their steering went out right then. Like, at some point, it should have been like SOS something, and then we should have been on the ground, and somebody should have been blocking. And I'm sure the investigation will show some more stuff. But just to the victims of such a horrendous accident, man. My heart bleeds for those families that are involved. They don't even know. There's no way to tell it exactly how many people. I've seen 7, I've seen 9, how many vehicles was on there. Even in the midst of tragedy, I guess we can look and be like, it wasn't rush hour. It was not, a busy time. At least it was 1:30 in the morning. So it wasn't like there was a lot of traffic on there, because that would have just been, oh my God, horrific. One life lost is too many, but it just takes you a moment, man, to let you reflect on life, man. This thing can be over in less than a heartbeat. Old people used to be like, here today, gone tomorrow, man. That is not even the case anymore. It's here today, gone today. We got to go ahead and respect life, man. Respect the people around us. That's why a lot of the little stuff that I see in life, man, I'm not even sweating it anymore. I had somebody come on my page the other day. They don't even understand I'm on this new thing, man. I don't do stress. If you stressful, you out. I'm not doing stress. Somebody came on my page the other day and they were being disrespectful in their conversation. I don't mind you having a debate. I don't mind you seeing things differently than me. But once you start getting to a point of disrespect where I feel like I might be raising my fingers, because I can't really raise my voice. If I feel like I might have to bust a caps lock on you, I'm going to just delete you. Man, the power of deleting people's comments, deleting the people. Listen, I have friends who be like, oh no, we block people over here. And at first I used to be like, man, is that because you only want to hear people with the same viewpoint as you? No, you just don't feel like the stress. I'll hit block. You out of here. You're done. And I'm such a novice that I didn't even get all of it right. So I had erased some comments and didn't erase all of it. And he thought I was doing something malicious. He called it, I think, dirty deleting. I was like, I've heard of dirty dancing. I ain't never heard of dirty deleting. Well, how about I just delete you as a whole person? You get one delete because you can have a bad day. Maybe things won't go right. Somebody peed in your cornflakes. I'll let you have that one bad day. But after you've been deleted once, the next step up is block. You don't have to be here. How did you get here? He was like, you doing dirty. I don't. You just don't block, delete. That way people say what they want to say. They do what they want to do. It happened over there. You don't even know about it. I ain't even concerned. Life's too short for that. Life's too short, man. Life is a midget with no legs. Oh, man, Z, don't get me started on Portsmouth politics, man. I'll be here a whole nother hour. We've already done an hour on the show. I got a whole live on Portsmouth politics, but I do know that they had a city manager in there for 3 days and she just came up with a whole budget. How did that happen? But in her presentation of it, she was talking about how great the budget was, how well it was put together, this, that, and the third. But you fired the lady that put it together. Man, this was she came out and just said, man, this was a well put together budget. It was amazing. The advancements that are in it, the things that help the city has moved forward in such ways from the previous budget. Because of the previous budget, we were able to do this, and third. Just an amazing pushes in what we've been doing. That's what they say. That's what she said. If you go watch this on YouTube, she talked about how great the budget was, all the advancements that the city has made. But at the same time, the lady who was in charge of making all those advancements, the city was like, we need to fire her and go in a new direction. So which direction do we want to go in? If we making all this is why I was like, this is why I stay out of politics. If you got somebody that's taking your city in a positive direction, you moving forward, you advancing, you growing, things are happening that have never happened before in a positive manner, and you say, oh no, we can't have that. We need to get somebody in here to take us in a new direction. That's the whole thing. We need a new direction. What direction do you want to go in? If you're going down the right path, you want us to go down the wrong path? So confused. But that's a whole different story for an whole different day. I ain't even gonna get into that today because that one right there makes me want to delete myself. So you just wanted to hear me say it. Look at you manipulating me this morning. Man, y'all have another fantastic day. It's Taco Tuesday, man. Go out there, eat you some tacos. Whether that's a actual taco or metaphorical taco. Go out there, eat you some tacos. Have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow, man. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We're going to try to hunch before lunch on tomorrow. Remember, man, we only get one day, man, so do the best of it. Share the show. Let somebody else watch it. If you enjoy it, there's some people out there that you're going to touch somebody's lives in the way that you wash your clothes. Right now, I'm going to the store to buy me some vinegar. I'm finna the vinaigrette all my clothes. I'm going to vinaigrette these clothes, and we're going to have a good time. It's going to be great. I learned from y'all. Y'all learn from me. Together, we are in perfect harmony. That was for you, Terry Butler. Until next time, man, Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I'll be back again on tomorrow. Share the show. Hit the Cash App. Just $1 a month is all I'm asking. $1 a month. If you send me $1 a month, man, the show will keep going in the way that it goes, man. I got fancy equipment in here. I got a machine that can do this. You just don't get those for free. Those just don't happen for free. I'm out, y'all. Till next time. Love you. Peace.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Funny Man, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started